So what's up, guys? It's Hype Matters, and we have a pretty interesting leak today about a Black Ops 3 Zombies Mob of the Dead remake. Now, I was going to do a storyline correlation between Mob of the Dead and Shadows of Evil, and there's only really a few things I can really state because it's sort of obvious. Yes, they confirmed at San Diego Comic-Con that Mob of the Dead will be directly connected to Shadows of Evil. Now, there's nothing really else we could really tell of why that would be the case besides the time period and besides of certain little elements on the map, and that's probably just because it's the same time period, and usually, you know, during the same time period, they have similar items, similar, you know, wall structure type things, buildings, and all that crazy stuff. It's all the same because of the time period. In between the 1920s and the 1940s is when both these maps were set. So, like I said, I was going to do a video on that, but we're not. And we're more going to talk about the Mob of the Dead remake and why I think a Mob of the Dead remake will be a good follow-up map to Shadows of Evil. If you guys didn't know, I might do a video more about the Shadows of Evil Easter egg as we get more updates again, but the Shadows of Evil will only be for that map. It's not like that storyline is going to continue any further. Just like Mob of the Dead, you stayed on Mob of the Dead, and that's it. You never really saw those guys again from Alcatraz Island. Shadows of Evil, it's going to be the same thing. You're going to see that celebrity cast, and that's probably the last time you're ever going to see them for the storyline. I think a possibility for them to return again would be a follow-up map, which would be the Mob of the Dead remake, obviously. So Mob of the Dead, they would basically go back for some insane reason. That would be, again, their sort of like final judgment day, punishment hell, because as we said time and time again, Mob of the Dead characters and the Shadows of Evil characters are similarly related on, you know, what they have done, and, you know, their corruption, they're murderous, they're violent, they're just insane with, you know, they're criminals basically. They're all 8 of those characters from both maps are all criminals. So I would see, you know, maybe even the Mob of the Dead characters going to Shadows of Evil in some crazy storyline, Easter egg type thing that would happen. You never know. I think it's more pleasable though for us to see these Shadows of Evil characters on Mob of the Dead, just because it would just be a cool sort of concept, I think. You know, Mob of the Dead characters on Shadows of Evil will be cool also, because I do want one of those guys to return. They're really cool. Just their attitude, just the way they played zombies, just the way they were on that map, it was insane. So I would want them back. I think Mob of the Dead with the Shadows of Evil characters would be a lot more sick, I should say, than the Mob of the Dead characters on Shadows of Evil, and it would probably more relate to the storyline as well, just because of the fact that they stated it's the same storyline. Well, it's not the same, it's connected with each other, and also the fact that a lot of the stuff are similar, like little tables in the map, little structures, etc. And yeah, it would just be cool anyway to have Mob of the Dead come back. Why would you not want Mob of the Dead to come back? You know, it's just such a cool map. And the reason they want it connected with Mob of the Dead is because Mob of the Dead was one of the best-selling map packs of Black Ops 2, and I think of zombies of all time, really. So they do want people to really, I'm not going to say it's not a money whore, because if people like it, they should bring it, but they wouldn't make a lot of money if they bring Mob of the Dead back, because who wouldn't buy a Mob of the Dead remake? Let's be honest, who wouldn't? Comment below if you would get a Mob of the Dead remake with the Shadows of Evil characters. Obviously, once we know the Shadows of Evil full storyline, the actual, like, explanation of what's completely going on, then we would know what would happen on Mob of the Dead, because Mob of the Dead would either be a backstory, or I guess a follow-up. But what we know so far is that all 8 characters have this sort of, you know, criminalistic record and just all this crazy stuff. They're savage blood killers, and you know, the groups in Mob of the Dead, they're in prison, and then the other one, they're basically in this town run down by zombies, and that's like their final judgment point. The last video I talked about opening the door to hell, because that's like their last resting place, basically. There's a ton of crazy stuff. It's getting really dark and evil, but that's just the way it is. It's zombies. It should be like that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys for watching. Like I said, comment below if you want Mob of the Dead back. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the leak. It's pretty cool. I think it was a pretty good video. Like the video if you think so also. See you guys later.